All right, everybody. Welcome. That's a little behind the scenes screen, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm going to switch over to the Fantasy Grounds desktop. Oh, no, you know what I'll do instead? I'll switch over to this right here. All things Fantasy Grounds talk shows meant to teach and help, but the opinions stated by those of us on the show are not that of DM's Guild or Fantasy Grounds or Smartworks USA LLC or the Forge or the President of the United States or the government or anybody. It's just us. So don't make any mistakes. Tonight we're going to be going over the reference manual, which I'm sure everyone's excited about. Furied Fate will not be joining us. She's recovering from a procedure, so she will not be here. But tonight we do have Drake and Robin. How are you guys?
Good.
Yay!
Yay!
How are you?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
How did you get that in there?
I got up at 3:30 a.m. Went back to bed at about maybe 8. Got up at 2:30. So I'm good. And on Tuesday, I'm going to drive to Seattle and drive back in the same day. That's right. You heard me.
Boo.
But yeah, it's about 8.5 hours. 4:15 one way. So about 8.5, and I'll be there for 2 or 3 hours. So it's going to be like a 12-hour day of yeah. But then I'll come home and pass out. That's how I do it. Okay. So the reference manual builder, everybody, is something that was added to Fantasy Grounds recently. Now, recently could be a month or 6 months. I don't know when they put it in there, but it was recently. And this has been something that the community has wanted. What's up, Havoc? Has wanted for quite some time. But I've wanted it for 5 years or more. But now they have it. So what you do is you go to modules and then you go to builder, right? And you can actually create a reference manual right in Fantasy Grounds by just building it. And so we'll show you some of these steps that you can make. All things Fantasy Grounds talk show ref man, we'll call that. We'll say that the opening chapter, right? And then we'll make a new page. Now, when you click on a page, you can do a text block. You can do a dual text block. You can do a header block, a image block, a text left, image right, and a text right, image left. So let's do them all. So let's just see how this goes. So we'll do it. This might not be how you would do it when you build it yourself. You might always start with a header block, but we'll go in order just because we want to see everything. So here is the text block. So I go up here and I say, welcome to my manual. This is gonna be fantastic. Whatever, right? Now, that is a text block. So now let's do a dual text block, which is this will be on the left, and this will be on the right. I write like I talk. This will be. Now let's do a header block, which is this probably should have been
at the top
first. Yeah, at the top. Now let's do an image block. Now here's the thing. You can scale down. Okay, now you can go to your assets, right? And you can just get an image. So let's just get an image of, I don't know why I typed the word doc. I typed it. I don't know why, and
That's what we're going with.
That's what we're going with. And then you can say, this is my
gone
doc.
fishing sign.
Don't touch it. And now we're going to do a text left, image right. So same thing. You can go to your assets. And it doesn't save what you were looking at. Interesting. I would think when you open the assets, it would bring back what you were looking at. Oh well.
It used to. I don't know because I still delete it before I get off of there, and I don't have to now. Ooh, a Sasquatch, a bog monster.
That guy looks like a Sasquatch. P.S.
He ruined my dock.
He ruined my dock. P.S. No spell check in Fantasy Grounds. Boo.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a want.
And then image left, text right, right? And then, oh yeah, okay. I thought it wasn't right.
It has a big pop.
This is the thing that will eat the Sasquatch.
That's the thing in the Loch Ness, right?
Isn't it? Yeah, it's the Loch Ness Monster. I don't know. All right, and those are all the things you can do. So now, we'll take a look at that. So now you can do a new page and new subchapters and new chapters, and we won't go into that because it's pretty self-explanatory. So now we've got this, right? So here's the thing. Let's close that. Now wait a minute. How do we know that? Did that save? Like how do we even know?
I think it's like anything else. It just because you're
Oh,
writing to the campaign file.
yeah. So then you got to so now you got to export it, right? So we'll export it to test ref. Hey, what do you know?
Fancy.
Let's just do that, and we'll just export it. Man, okay. Now we're going to reload Fantasy Grounds because, as you know, if you export a module, the Fantasy Grounds doesn't know that's in your hard drive, and you got to reopen Fantasy Grounds to tell it. So let's do it.
/reload.
/reload. Yeah, I had that on a hotkey. /reload will just reload Fantasy Grounds without you having to close it and actually reopen it physically. And mine takes a little bit, because it's loading like 7,000 modules. All right, now let's go to open up. Let's go to test rev, right? Is that what we called it? Test ref. Yeah, this one. Okay, let's open it. And then let's go to the reference manual.
Bam.
And there it is. And you open it up. And welcome to my manual. This is going to be fantastic. This is on the left. This is on the right. This should probably have been first. There's the dock. There's the monster. And so everything we built is right there. So it's pretty cool. And you can, we just did a simple, really quick example. And you can really just jazz this up. Now, Drake, what were you telling me before the show about the size of the window?
Well, I want to make it small and put it down on the bottom left because of my stream overlay, and that's it. That's as small as you can make it.
You can't. Right, but what you can do is if you want to open individual pages, whoops,
which also can't be resized.
Oh,
only
God.
lengthwise.
Oh my God.
That's it.
Yeah. So you can't.
They're so gigantic.
So yeah, they're pretty. And even if I didn't have images in there, they would still be that big.
That is correct.
Yeah. So that's kind of.
Now you can get rid of one of the columns if you want, the sidebar. You can hit the arrow and it will, do that. But it doesn't make the window any smaller. So
no, that doesn't.
It doesn't help.
Wow, I never even touched that before. That's interesting.
And the other thing is. Wait, can I hotbar this thing right there on the hotbar? So it just pops up when I need it. Pop.
Yeah.
Now that you've exported it, you can. But before you exported it, the button's not hotbarable.
Right.
Builder button.
Yeah, and the reference manual itself, I think, should be. Now you can hotbar the reference manual from here.
Correct.
Yeah, since you've exported it, you can.
Yeah. Oh, right, but this doesn't appear in your building campaign, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's go back to that building campaign, which is for me just test 5e right here like that. Oh no, I didn't. I messed up because I'm gonna show Celestian's author extension and what that will do in Builder as well.
Mod to override window size is in the future.
Oh, Harpo Ma says mod to override window sizes in the future. Now, tell us what we don't know. Tell us about that.
He knows Team Tui. He knows.
They're
going to be making something.
That's Harpo. That's J Harp. Yeah, I forget he's got different names everywhere. So yeah, he's a member of Team Tui. I just didn't realize that's who that was. Who followed the show today for the first time? How dare you? Thank you. Question from BR Gemmet: if you're doing a conversion, would you just do this, or does it still require the story? So Actually, one of the points and one of the things that people in the community, I personally don't agree with this, but one of the wants in the community was to get rid of story entries.
Yeah,
and I actually
I'm
like
not in that
story
camp.
entries because I
Same.
like to have the option to do both, right? Probably Robin does too.
Same, yes.
Yeah.
The beauty, in my opinion, of the story entries is you'll find a lot of adventure modules are not read only. They are not saved as read only. So you can edit the story entries. And for somebody like myself who likes to gut campaigns and
Yes.
adventures and edit them to my heart's desire, the ability to edit the story entries is quite possibly the biggest benefit of them. That being said, I don't think you can edit a reference manual as part of a module. I
Yeah.
don't think that possibility exists.
So if you are doing a reference manual and exporting it as a campaign to and that either to sell or to have other people use, they will not be able to edit it, which sucks. So
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
okay. I'm going to turn on Celestian's author extension. Most of you know about that. If you don't, I'll tell you what's up. And Harpo, I think the adjusting the thing that what Drake wants, that's going to be a huge. That's going to be a big ticket item. $25, $100.
Interesting. J Harp says that there's a forum post about the ability to edit the refman. Is that possible right
Well, so
now,
you
or
can
something they're
you
looking
can
at?
do it. You can do it in XML. You can do it.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's.
but I don't know. I don't know if you can edit.
I think the average user
Wait,
would not
who's
use that.
you? Yeah, not me. No.
Yeah.
Emily.
Right.
Yeah, the collective you, which doesn't include Drake.
Right.
That's fine.
I have no problem editing XML, but that's like so much work. I'd rather do things inside of Fantasy Grounds.
That should be
I,
okay.
I
So
have people that do that for me.
the author extension is available on the Forge, and it is free, and it's currently in version 6 by Celestian. He should put copyright 2022. I don't know. Well, maybe he hasn't made any changes this year. And if you want help on the commands you can do, you can go /author help, and it'll give you all the stuff you can do. Now, here's this thing. This is what I'm going to use in a second, which can also be accessed by clicking the author content development tool. Same, you can get that like that. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's go to. I'm actually going to close this, right? And I'm going to open just something that I know. Here, we'll use unknown whom, because that's mine, and I know I'm not going to be messing anything up with anybody. Okay. So now, here's the story entries for unknown whom. And, yeah, let me get rid of that. Okay. So, here's all the story entries for unknown whom. And they're in their perspective. You know, you have to use the author extension, you have to have stuff in their own chapter. Now, why is chapter 1 and unknown whom chapter 1? Why is that? That's sort of weird.
So the display here, when you're looking at all categories, like every post, is going to put them in numerical order regardless.
Right. But anyway, so you have
alphabetical
these things.
rather.
So now here's what you do. So you've got your story entries, right? Each one of these. I mean, I can just open them and show them to you. They're all there, right? So now once you have them in their categories like this, in each of these separate things, you can go to this thing and you can click import, and it will say purge builder data and recreate from story entries. This cannot be undone. Are you sure? So you're about to wipe out whatever reference manual is there and create a new one. And so I say yes. And now this is all here. Oh, yeah. See, I guess it doesn't. So I did that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My bad. I should not have done that. What happened was I did it from a module and not what's inside my campaign. So what really I need to do is I need to drag these, I need to drag these all into my current campaign and then recategorize them. Right? So I'm just going to do a few examples here. And then I'm going to go close that module. Whoops. So now I'm just in an empty campaign with these few entries. So I'm going to go up here. Whoops. I'm going to go up here and whoops. How come I can't? Oh, I don't want to rename this. Yeah, I'm just going to call it Unknown Whom. Just a general. I'm not really building. I'm just showing you guys an example. Now I'm going to drag each of these into Unknown Whom. So you can see on the right, it's repositioning them into the group that I'm dragging them into, because they do in order to use the author extension ref manual builder thing, they have to be in groups. All right, so this is just going to create one group. Now I'm going to do this. Click on this. Import. Yes. Okay. Now see. Now they're all there. Boom. One click and you got the whole reference manual done. It's just there. It's all done. And it's all happening, and it's all beautiful.
Like J-Harp says in chat that you can edit the reference manuals.
Okay, let's try that. Let's go.
Modules.
Let's go back.
I assume it's only if the module is not read only.
Right. So let's go back to here. Let's.
I hate those. Or I love when they're free to open and do what I want. That's what
I don't have a problem if it's not an adventure module. Like, I get that, here's your black book with races and classes or whatever. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. But if it's an adventure module, please don't make it read only. That's the worst thing you could possibly do.
I've trained every member of Team 2E to never make anything read only, because we just get emails saying, "Hey, I can't change a thing in here that I want to change." It's a nightmare. All right, so let's just open. Once again, let's open Unknown Whom, because I made that. It does have a reference manual. And let's see if I can edit it. How do you edit it?
I imagine just click.
Unclick, unlock, and then blah, blah, blah. Oh, yes, you can. Okay.
I'm curious if something that is read-only is still editable.
Okay, I doubt it.
Do you have
let's do the monster manual.
The player's handbook, or something like that. I think the monster manual is not read-only though. It might be. I don't know. I know the player's handbook is definitely read-only.
Monsters manual has a reference manual.
Oh, well, yeah. I think Zacchaeus went back through all of WotC and did reference manuals for everything.
Hey, look at that. And there's no locks. So
yes, and the reason there's no lock is because it is read-only. So they will not. Now, if you have an NPC, and just a real quick trick here for everybody. If you have an NPC in the monster manual that you want to change, you can drag it and recreate it, and then that particular one will be changeable. You can do anything you want to it.
Yep, that's standard.
Yeah.
Though, I do believe Wizards of the Coast adventure modules are not read-only. So thank goodness for whoever made that decision.
Like
Lost Mines, for example, or Tomb of Annihilation.
The reference manual, I think, is read-only. Some of the story entries aren't.
Yeah, I was going by story entry because usually
that's why we were saying you don't want to get rid of story entries because story entries are DMs want to go in there and see you can
I can change the parcels out or add monsters, so on and so forth.
Like that.
Yeah, and you're only changing it on your copy.
Right. Yep.
And then now
you
the
can
thing about
revert
that
the changes and everything.
Yeah, revert changes, right? So see, this is here. So now if I go to Lost Mine, when I revert changes, watch this disappear. Boom. See? It puts it all, revert changes, which I right-clicked and I chose that double arrow thing. That puts the module back to its purchased state and removes any, like if you had a campaign that you were running for 14 years and you made all these changes, you hit that button, it's fucking over. And you cannot undo that.
That's true.
If you go at any time to your activation thing and you're gonna right click on this and revert changes, make sure before you hit that button that's what you want to do, because That's it. Game over. It's back to the way it was. There's no Control Z on that. So, all right. And who's got questions? Interesting Dwarves is unlocked then.
Dwarves from like the player's handbook? I believe the player's handbook is read only.
Hey, look, there's Droop right there.
Droop.
Good old Droop.
There he is. Droop.
That's not his image.
He's Droop.
That's
Yes,
I found
Master.
an image.
Watch the
Goblin.
Saturday game. That's my character's,
complete.
I guess we'll call him assistant or latchkey. And all he does is follow me around offering to do stuff. But the second he sees combat's about to happen, or if he sees any stranger or whatever, he just passes out and goes unconscious. Complete Book of Dwarves.
Usually the Murder Hobo Squad takes care of Droop early.
Oh, is the Complete Book of Dwarves a thing? Is that a thing?
Weenack says, do players have access to this as well, and will it save when you save your campaign? I could see this being a very effective way of keeping organized notes. So players can read the reference manuals. I don't think that they can make any edits to them.
No, players cannot. Let's even check that. Well, first of all, there would have to be a player's.
Harp says it's from second edition.
Which one?
The Book of Dwarves is in the second edition.
Oh yeah, second edition. We don't talk about that.
Can they create one? I highly doubt that, but we'll find out, won't we?
So let's go to Acquisitions Incorporated Players. Let's open that, and then let's connect as a player. So we're going to join campaign as local host.
Can you get a bird squawking in the background just for ambient?
So I think what'll happen here is the Acquisitions Incorporated does have a reference manual, which, by the way, cannot be altered by the DM or by anybody because it's read-only.
It's a splat book.
But as a player, I think you're also able to access the player's version, but you will not be able to make any changes to it. I already know that's the case, but I'll demonstrate the proof.
Yeah, I feel pretty strongly about that as well.
Yeah, and players don't have reference manual builder options at all. It's just DM.
For a player as a default to keep track of anything, their only tool in Fantasy Ground is really a note.
Notes, yeah, and their personal character sheets.
And yeah, what you can squeak on the bottom of your notes on your character sheet. Although that does continue on forever. But the other option is, what is it? Mad Nomad's journal entries? Who's got the journal entry tabs?
I believe that is a Mad Nomad extension. Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's look at
it. That's good for players.
It's pretty fancy. I use that extensively in.
I think the journal entries comes with the character sheet tweet. I think they come together.
Yes, and he made it separately for people who didn't want all the other things that come with the other.
But if you buy the character sheet tweaks, the journal thing comes in there. So we'll show how that works here, and it is great for people. Like I'm the worst at that. Like even as a DM, but also especially as a player, if I'm in your group, I am not the fucking note taker. I am not. When I was young, when I was a teenager and first got into D&D manually, at the kitchen table, I used to love to be the map maker, but I never wanted to write down, like, the party has gone to the cave and met Juniper, and I didn't want to write those shit down. So let's see. Let's go to a character.
I didn't either. That's why I got into streaming. I'm like, I just want to record my session so I don't have to write anything down.
So here's the journal tab. If you get that extension and install it, the journal tab will be here, and you can you can put you can go to notes, right? And if there's notes here, you can put the links there. If there are story entries, you can put the link there, and then you can create your own journal entries, and you can say, day 1, we went
Well, they
out.
function a lot like notes. You
got
can
fucked.
you can use all of the
We did.
like style options, like headers and
Oh, right.
bullets and things like that.
Yeah, so you can do all the different header, text box, bullet points, links, tables.
And
Mm-hmm.
if you don't know the shortcuts, you can right click like me. Right click.
Yeah. We went out and got fucked. We did.
I don't know the shortcuts.
And then
so.
you can
I know
share
all
that.
the shortcuts.
I know all the shortcuts. So Control 6 is tables.
Extensively.
Control 5 is links. 4 is bullet points. 3 is text. 2 is header, and 1 is nothing.
Yeah.
And then there's Control J and Control
general text.
Control. It's all there.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's there for the journal people if they want to use that. So that would be the alternative to creating your own reference manual. Again, if you create
where do you buy it?
Huh?
Where do you buy it?
Where do you buy it? I'll show you. I'll show you where to buy it. You ready? Oh, come on! It should have gave me. Chrome is supposed to save bookmarks. Ah! All right, hold on. No, because it's not. It's tweaks. Okay, here it is. It's on the FG Forge. And what's the link? Right here, like that. And so I'll put it in the chat. So this is tweaks, adjustments, and additions to the character sheet to improve usability and offer some new functionality. He put in here there's currently no, yeah. See, so Mad Nomad is kind of quasi-part. He's Team Tui-ish. He was full Team Tui, and then he moved away, but not with any negative. And so we have agreements, and I actually get a commission off. But he published his 6 titles that we had on DM's Guild under, he published them. So instead of saying Rob Tui here, it says Mad Nomad. And then he changed his covers and stuff. But I would not have, I tend to shy away from, it's full transparency, right? He's saying there's currently no way to transfer purchases to the Forge. Updates will continue to be made. Yeah, I made a video about that. But I tend to I would not have put that on the sales page because people who don't know me, don't know the DM's Guild, they just come here innocently like, hey, I just bought Fantasy Grounds today. What's all this extra third-party stuff? And you come and you read a thing here that says something negative. I just would tend to not do that. I wish I should tell him not to put that on there. Watch the demo video. But anyway, so, I don't know how much it is because I own it. I do not like, you know what? I should go to the Forge wish list right now. When you own something, I would still like to see what the price is here.
Click the gift. The next screen might say.
Oh, it's $5. Okay. Oh, hey, and Robin, very smart. Listen, I'm not that smart.
Yeah, but I agree with you. It should still display on the page.
It should say what you paid.
Yeah, it should still have the price there if you
paid.
Another thing,
like either on that button or right next to it, the gift button. It should say 500.
It should say gift because it's gonna, even though it does tell you how much it's gonna cost you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
There's a long list of things they're gonna fix.
Right. The Forge is so new. We have to give them, time. Like they made it. It's great, but it. Of course, there's always gonna be things we want. Like I don't think that will ever go away. It's just like Fantasy Grounds, right? We all use Fantasy Grounds religiously, basically, and there's always things that we want new in it. Like you can't get rid of that.
Ooh, there's a new update.
It's always going to be true.
I want to do it so bad. I'm going to wait. All right.
Eat bot.
Speaking of cost, that'll be the keyword. I'll give away, and we now have the opportunity to give away anything on the Forge as well. So basically, if you win, I will give you a pizza button. I will give you a free thing from the DM's Guild or a free thing from the Forge.
A free Rob Tui thing.
A free Rob Tui thing. Yeah, right. Yeah, people. I have had somebody saying, "Hey, great, I'll take the," and then it's just some some other Wizards of the Coast thing that I'd have to buy. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
This is why Rob keeps me around.
Yeah, to make sure.
I think of everything.
Here's the link for the Forge stuff. And then let's go to bookmarks. Right here like that. And then this is the link to the DM's Guild item. So you'll either be looking through this page or through this page to tell us what you want. And then I'll give you the prize. And that's how we do it. Oh, speaking of prizes, everybody. Don't forget. Oh, yeah, this has to go back over here. Did I close the all things? I did, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. There must be two. Interesting.
Rob,
Don't
how do you live
forget.
your life like this? There's so many tabs.
Oh, well, so my permanent situation is that on one monitor I have all of these tabs open. Dungeon Masters Guild, Fantasy Grounds Sales, Forge, DM's Guild Accounting, Team Rob 2E things, DM's Guild Earnings, War Thunder, that's a game I play, and Rob 2E Project. All those windows opens are in a permanent state of openness on my other monitor. And on this monitor, I have my email account, my LLC email account, which is empty because nobody knows anything about my LLC, and then my games, and then I play, and that's it.
I am so glad to see that I'm not the only person who makes spreadsheets for video games I play.
Oh my God, War Thunder! Listen, here's the planes I have. Here's the tanks. Here's the ships. And then here's the helicopters, right? Or no, the helicopters over here. Because there's two ships now. This used to be one comp, but they split it. And now they have Blue Water Fleet and Coastal Fleet. They split it. And then green means I've upgraded the thing all the way. Yellow means I'm currently playing it. And orange means I'm playing it, but it's already upgraded, but I don't have enough slots to fill any. I don't know what it means. I forgot.
But I would love to also just stream and talk about the spreadsheets I make for games I play.
So what I was going to say is don't forget, everybody, May 8th, unless that changes. It won't change unless, like I get sick or something. But May 8th will be show 200. And we're going to give away like $7 billion worth of prizes. That might be hyperbole, but you get it.
I think since it's a 200 show, I think I'm going to order pizza too and have pizza for the show.
Pizza.
We should give away pizza somehow. Okay, here we go. No, that's not what I want. What do I want? This thing right here. Okay, here we go.
You give them a...
The winner is Mutation the Devil. Mutation 666. Congrats. So Mutation. I don't know that you've ever won before. Maybe you have. But what you do is you send me a message in Discord. There's the link to Discord if you're not on it. We demand pizza for all. You have. Okay. So you know that I'll need your chosen pick. And if you're picking from the DM's Guild, I need specifically your email. If you're picking from the Forge, I need specifically your Forge ID. So just keep that in mind. And then send me what you want. And if you want me to dox your email or Forge ID, I'll award you the prize right now during the show. Otherwise, if you don't want that, I will do it after the show. The end. All right, now I'm going to update this. I've been using
Congratulations. The new updated version costs you $25 more a month.
No. It's $5 a month to use this thing. And it's obviously I use it all the time, especially on Sundays. But it's been very helpful to me for being streaming. Robin, I can't English.
English bad.
English bad. English bad. All right, now it's there. Now it's the new update. And I paid for it through the 14th of April. Every time you pay $5, they give you 32 days. They give you a month, but they give you a couple extra days. So
that's interesting.
So yeah, if you guys are streamers and you want to use Deepbot, I recommend it. It can do a shit ton of stuff that I don't even use. But what I use it for mainly is raffles, channel commands, obviously. That's the biggest bulk of what it does. And it does the timed ones automatically. You can do music with it, but I never use it for that. You can do some games. We've done some of these before. You can do polls we do the quotes here. So under development, what the hell is that? Oh boy, you can't click on it.
It's forthcoming.
It's the test.
It keeps track of every. So this has every cheer bits. I mean, let's go look at Drake Takes Cheerbits. Let's go. How many times is here's Drake Takes and
Yeah.
it has records, and here it has who's subbed for. I don't know why it puts me in there. McClancy is the most subbed person with 55 months. Then Marbania, then David Keith, then Drake Takes, the Garfster, Diablo Bob, on and on. And so yeah, it tells you the followers. It's pretty crazy. So this is DeepBot is $10 to get into it, and and it's a manual thing. You have to go and apply, and you have to jump through a couple of hoops. But they do have Discord support, and they're really good about, obviously there was an update today, so it's been in beta. It's a closed beta for like the last 5 years, but I've never had a problem with it. There's nothing that doesn't work or anything. And then it's $5 a month to use it for VIP, but you can use it for free. Just some of the functions don't work if you don't use it. And then, I've got these, I've recorded my voice. How come it doesn't? How was that doing? Oh wait, it's
broken.
It's broken.
It's broken.
Follow notifications.
Cheerbits. Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the Cheerbits.
Yeah, it's probably going to do it 17 times.
Oh boy.
And then if you follow, let's see, if you follow. No.
Cheerbits.
Oh yeah, it's gonna do. I clicked that thing so many times. And then this one has different, like Jim Carrey. Oh, God damn it! I clicked save. I meant to click preview.
I love you, man.
Like that, and then
I love you, man.
I think Jim Carrey is one of them. I think.
I love you, man.
Anyway, it does a bunch of cool stuff for your stream, and you guys have all been, people that watch my show or watch my channel have been 5 years and 3 months because you stalked me for 3 years first.
Well, yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, I don't know why this became a DeepBot commercial all of a sudden, but you guys have obviously known I've been using this for, anybody that's watched the stream on Sundays especially has seen me use the raffle thing for like every week for 5 years or whatever it's been. So there you go. That's how you do it.
That message was brought to you by DeepBot.
PM sent. Okay, so he didn't say he wanted me, so I'm not going to open his PM so I don't dox his information. Because he might not want that. And DeepBot. Okay, DeepBot goes over here. And Fantasy Grounds. Okay, did we answer everybody's questions? I don't know. I think so.
Oh, I was looking.
Here, everybody can watch me take a turn. Let's see. I'm playing...
Mutation said you can dox them.
I can dox him? Okay, let's do it. So Mutation says he wants the Monster Manual Expanded 2. And he didn't give me his email.
It's right above that.
Oh, it is right here.
Hey,
Scott, United States Air Force. We love you. I was in the Army. All right, now I'm going to go here like
I
this.
was in the Army.
I'm going to go, yeah, Rob and I were in the Army. Not together.
All three of us were in the Army.
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
None of us
Army
at the same time.
party in the Yep,
No.
none of us at the same time.
Years apart. At least, I mean, Rob and I are closer to years. Would you get out, like 80?
I was in from 83 to 89, but active duty 84 to 87.
And I was active 89 to 93 on active.
I was born then. Listen, okay? I didn't get to choose when I was born. Thank you very much. I was active 2009 to 2013. So not
Just
that
seems
long
like
ago, but it
yeah,
was a decade ago almost.
Retail value $45.
Let that sink in. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but it was almost a decade ago.
Okay,
Retired Army Master Sergeant Musician. Nice.
Retired. Oh, so he put in 20 plus, man.
Yeah, I didn't retire.
I'm
It was not for you.
I'm a involuntary.
I got early retirement.
Oh, that's nice.
Robin, what was your rank when you got out?
I was none your business. No, I'm kidding. I was a specialist.
Yeah, me too. I was a E4P.
E4, yes. I was also promotable, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to re-enlist.
They offered me like a shit ton of cash, and I told them to fuck off. Drake, what was your rank when you got out?
E4P, and they offered me my 3 stripes if I re-upped, and I was like,
yeah, it was the same.
Oh, they offered me. Oh, yeah, I was gonna get promoted to sergeant that day. get a check, or get $5,000 added to my paycheck at the end of the month. And they were gonna also. So back when I was in, they had a program. If you did anything to save the Army money, they would calculate how much they would save in a year and give you 10% of that. So I came up, and I was in supply. I came up with a way to turn a 7-part form into a 3-part form, and it would have saved them $50,000. It would have saved them $500,000 a year. So they were going to give me $50,000, but they told me you have to be on active duty to get that, and it takes like 6 months to process. So basically what they were saying was, we'll give you $55,000 in cash. This was 1987. Imagine how much money that was. $55,000 in
4
cash.
years of Army pay right there.
Yeah, we'll give you $55,000 in cash, promote you today, and you have to sign up for 2 years. They only wanted 2 years, and I still didn't do it. I fucking hated the Army so bad.
Yeah.
I hated it.
See, I loved being in the Army. I had very terrible leadership, but my husband, when he did a longer stint than I did. He did almost 10 years. When he got out, he was a staff sergeant, E6. If I recall correctly, and I don't know if he's watching the show right now, he can confirm or deny, but he was a recruiter as his last like little bit in the Army.
I remember you told me that.
He hated it. But I believe they're doing away with reenlistment bonuses, which I think really put the nail in the coffin for him not doing 20 years. Because he had already done 10, and he was like, no, I'm not going to
back when I was
any longer.
I've talked to people that are in the service now, and like nothing is the same. I mean, almost all the administrative things and how things work and how things are done. But this is 35 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So.
But yeah, I think they're getting rid of at least reenlistment bonuses, if I recall correctly. I'm not 100% sure on that, but.
But you know, the job I was trained to do in the Army is completely worthless. Not only now, but since that time, unless I wanted to work at like Office Depot or something. I mean, unit supply, like keeping inventory, like that, But now you join the Army and you learn how to fucking like launch drones and shit. You can use stuff. I mean, but almost
because I was in Signal Corps, and and even though so like I did network engineering essentially for the Army. Yes, you learn some things that like are translatable to the civilian world in that field, but the downside though is the Army is so far behind on like technology. Like we were using very like stuff from the 80s still when I was in.
What, the sync cars?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Guess who field tested the sync cars? Me.
Yeah. So
I remember. I think Seinfeld had a joke. Two of my favorite jokes were his punchlines were "I don't recall," and one of them was a Halloween bit about where he's wearing a Superman outfit when he's like 9, and his mother tells him, "You better wear your winter coat when he's going out trick or treating," and his punchline is, "I don't recall Superman wearing a jacket." And then my other one is he was talking about joining the military, and he goes, "I don't recall being able to hit a golf ball off an aircraft carrier," because they show you that on the commercial, right?
Right, yeah. The commercials crack me up, man.
I like all the Army commercials I've seen before, since, and during. I was like, not only was that not my experience, I don't know a single human being who had that experience, unless it was in a movie. But
I mean, I've never gone golfing off of an aircraft carrier.
No, I've never even been on an aircraft carrier.
Me neither.
I should have joined the Navy, but my whole life story was so codependent with my friend, and I joined with a buddy. It's a fucking shit show.
I also never got to jump out of a helicopter, but my husband was offered that opportunity.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
I flew in it
like
Huey. I did get to ride in one.
Now, I've jumped out of a helicopter, but that was as it was landing.
Yeah, well, I've done that for 3 feet off the ground. Yes, of course.
And I've been pushed out of a plane a few times, but other than that...
Rappel, not jump. I'm sorry.
Oh, messy.
Rappel.
Yeah, on belay, I fucking hated just rappelling in basic training on that wall. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, because Messi got to go to air assault school, which I never got that opportunity.
Oh. They wanted me to go to, what's
so
that called? PCSO, or the NCO school?
ALC?
Okay.
SLC?
And I was
I don't know. That's what they're called now.
Then so this is so stupid. When I got out of the Army, I thought I was so smart. I went to fucking ROTC at Washington State University. That was a fucking shit show, and I got out of that. I just walked away. I quit college because of ROTC. I don't have a...
ROTC is...
I'm not an educated man.
In comparison to the real...
Oh, yeah, I went to advanced camp at Fort Lewis, and it almost killed me.
Hey, Fort Lewis. That was my first duty station.
Yeah.
Jablam, that's what it is now. Joint Base Lewis McChord. We call it Jablam. Jablam?
So here's the Army site. This fucking Fantasy Ground show.
It doesn't. It looks like a corporation.
Now we're gonna go see, is it good to join the Army? So September 11th, I got super mad, and I was 34. Yeah, I was 34 years old, and I thought, I'm gonna fucking go down there and rejoin, right? And I was at a basketball. No, it wasn't basketball. It was arena football at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And there was an Army recruiter there. And I said, so what's the deal? I go, I'm 34. I have 6 years in. He goes, yeah, you can come back. And he goes, the rule is, as long as you can retire with 20 years by the time you're 60, and your previous service counts toward that number, you can come back. So you could literally join the Army when you're 40. I don't know if they've changed it since then, but you could join the Army up to age 40.
So yes and no. I think the prior service reenlistment is, they have different like cutoff ages, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah. So, and it's probably all changed. This was in, this is 21 years ago I was having this conversation. But I was so mad.
And you probably have to pass a PT test.
So this was my genius. So I was going to join because I was mad about, I wanted to go, and I was in peacetime. I was in from 84 to 87. Nothing was happening. Grenada was over. Desert Storm hadn't started. So I literally took my position on the 9th green during drills. I didn't do anything for the country really. I was in. Yeah, am I recruiting? So, but when 2001 happened, I was pissed. I was so mad, and I wanted to go. I wanted to do something. I would never do this now. But and then about 10 years later, that's what I was thinking, Robin, is I'll join the Army. I'll go through basic training, get in amazing shape, and quit. This is going to be my fat farm experience.
I mean, it's not that bad. That was my greatest pro of being in the Army. When I was considering re-enlisting, you weigh the pros and cons, right? I loved how great I felt when I was in the Army, because I was in such good shape, and it was the lowest I had ever weighed in my life. I was muscular, you know what I mean?
Me too.
It's amazing. The Army will do wonders for your body. But the downside though is once you get fucked up, you hurt your knees or your back or something, then it's all downhill from there. But
my basic training experience was horrible, but I didn't do anything to help it. But the only thing that was really cool is, remember, this was 1984, so this was 9 years after Vietnam ended, and we had a guy in our basic training class who had been out of the Army for 10 years, and he was coming back in. He was an E3, but he was a fucking Vietnam vet, and he was in our basic training class, and it was amazing to talk to that guy. And he was like, yeah, I don't know what else, and he was 35 at the time. So he was, 20, he was 23 or 24 when he was in Vietnam, and he went there for a year or 2 years. Anyway, it was just amazing to have that guy in our basic training class. And then he would go, okay, guys, during this thing, don't worry about this part. Do this instead. And he kind of helped us all. It was kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, my main like motivating factors when I enlisted, like I was a single mom at the time. So I enlisted mainly because I wanted health care for my kid. This was 2009. I don't know if you remember the housing bubble burst
Oh,
and like
right.
the recession that we were in. So I had lost
Oh,
my
I
job
remember.
and I literally felt like I just didn't have very many options open to me. So that's why I enlisted. I wanted my kid to have health insurance. I had to think about his future. I also really wanted to pass off my GI Bill to my son at the time, and come to find out years later, after I had already gotten out, that you have to be in a certain amount of time. Like, I don't remember how many years, but in order to pass your GI Bill off to your dependents, you have to be in the service for a certain amount of time, which
Yeah.
I did not meet because I only did 4 years. So unfortunately, I did all of that, and I can't give my child my GI Bill. So
Yeah.
I'll have to use it myself at some point, I suppose, like do
So
online community college.
starting pay on day one as an enlisted personnel is $16.95 a month. Remember, that's free food, free board. You don't have to. There's no expenses. That's just like all money that you can
Yeah,
blow on whatever the
barracks
fuck
life.
you want. When I joined the army, that was like $3.85. But I mean, again, that's 38 years ago or something. But look at the disparity. So basically $2,000 a month once you settle in, whatever, 1,800. Or you can just be a general and get 17 grand a month. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You got to put in 40 years. Warrant officers, they don't do that anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can
they're
still get
helicopter
warrants.
pilots.
Yeah,
most of
I
them.
was going to be a helicopter pilot, and I went, because you can go from an enlisted to warrant officer pretty easy. But and this is so, I mean, I get why, but I was so, back in 1986 or 87 when I was going to do this, maybe I could have got lawyers to sue or whatever, but, that wasn't the thing. 30 years ago, everybody wasn't so litigious. But they told me I couldn't do it because my wingspan wasn't long enough. I'm too short and my arm-to-arm length wasn't long enough to fly a helicopter. And I'm like, that seems fucking, discriminatory to me. I didn't say anything, but that's what I thought about. And I get it, they can't put you in a fucking $2 billion helicopter if you're going to crash it. But,
so that's why you have that thing about playing bugbears now?
Yeah, I need to fantasize about long arms. The other thing was I had my bad vision, and they're like, no, that's not a problem. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I can be blind. I just can't have I need to be able to reach 2 more inches side to side. Fuck you. So I would have been a warrant officer flying helicopters, but no. All right, I'm out. Military, no.
See, that's not true. You could have flown the Cobra. That thing's only like freaking 2 feet wide, isn't it?
Yeah. I was denied because of my eyes did not change focus from short to long fast enough. Wow. Hey, listen, the military sucks, and if anybody's in or was in the military, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Thank you.
Bill Hicks, I don't know if you guys know who Bill Hicks is. He's a comedian that died like 20 years ago.
Awesome, but it sucks.
It's
awesome in some ways.
He had a bit where he would talk about the military, and then he would say, anybody stupid enough to join the United States military. Dino arms. Yeah, I have little baby thalidomide Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, so I can't fly.
I have the wrong genitalia, so.
Yeah, no women pilots.
They might let women be pilots now.
Right, but back then, yeah, God, shit has come so far, but not yet not far enough.
I was not born with a penis, unfortunately.
Right.
So.
Well, when you got your your what is that? Is that the joystick? The thing that the main flight of the helicopter?
Sure.
Whatever you guys all know.
It's not a field I'm knowledgeable on, so.
Well, everybody's played video games or seen video. The
no,
helicopter...
not it. Nope.
Okay, well, helicopter pilots, their main control is a bar that sticks up from
a yoke.
It's a
yoke. Yeah,
so,
that's the word.
Thank you. Well, the reason they don't allow women is you have to have a backup. You have to have a backup yoke. So
yoke.
Okay.
Guys have that was a long way to go for a joke that didn't work.
I didn't think you can operate a plane with your penis, but You can certainly try. Just
Pros: housing, food, medical, including glasses and dental, fitness, and potentially jobs. Yeah, he's very careful to say potentially job skills.
Yeah,
Wait, I was
potential.
stationed with a combat engineer unit. There's also people there that you do know that are trying to kill you too.
Yeah. Cons:
Yeah.
people,
On
strangers
accident,
trying to knife you or shoot you
blow you up with
in a foreign land. Yeah, not good.
explosives. Yeah.
But we got to
C4.
maintain. I believe in the military. I believe in like the United. I believe in a country maintaining a military for express purposes of, hey, we're going to come across the border and come to your house and fuck with you. No, we got people to protect us from that. But if as a landlocked country between Mexico and Canada, who were kind of friendly with both, I don't see the reason for like so much military buildup at home. Nuclear defense. I don't know. I can't. I'm not a science. I can't. I'm not a military strategist. But all I know is Putin's an asshole. That's all I know. Thank you.
Why they call it a cockpit? Oh, that was.
That's right.
great.
That's why it's called a cockpit. See, you didn't know.
Beautiful.
Hey, next
Love
week, everybody, Robin will be back as a guest
Yeah, I'll be a guest.
to talk about Level Up Advanced 5e, which, by the way, she's done the codings for. Does everybody know?
Some more are
Yep.
coming.
And more are coming. Yeah. So if you want to know all about Level Up 5e, this thing,
I feel like we're gonna be talking about this one for a long time coming.
join next week, and we'll talk about it. And also, really quick,
oh my god.
She hates
all
when I
right,
do this.
they know, but
there she is. She's Robin. She's part of the creators of the thing. You guys, she's all part. Look at all these people.
Yeah.
Those people. That's 8. That's 12. That's 16. That's 20. 22 people. So there you go.
It was awesome. It was a really fun project. It's quite possibly the most what's the right word that I want to use here? English is really hard. It's the biggest thing I've ever done, as far as writing content for D&D goes. If that makes any sense? The most professional. Not that what small group teams do isn't professional. So I don't mean that as a drag on small group projects. But because it was Ian World, they're a pretty well known third-party publisher. I learned a lot being on that team that made Level Up. It was really fun. I had a very, very small role, and the amount of writing I did was only 6,000 words. So it's a drop in the bucket, but it was really fun, and I learned a lot, and I'm ever grateful for the opportunity that I even got to take part of that.
And it's all that more fantastic because it's an easy connection to do for you to do the Fantasy Ground stuff.
Don't be too modest. I am the queen of modesty.
She is.
I mean, I know how to talk about myself.
She is so modest. It's unbelievable to me that she's expressing that she's the queen of modesty. That's how modest she is.
Yeah, that's how modest I am. See, it's it's ironic, isn't it? But to say the queen of modesty. Okay, all right. We're just moving on.
And now I'm playing my games on stream. I'm playing. Oh, Dice Forge. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta think about that. What are we doing? Is that it? Is it over? Are we done?
I think so. Right. Yeah, that's awesome.
So, thanks for watching, everybody. Again, we'll be back next week to talk about Level Up Advanced 5e.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Then, if you guys have ideas about what you want to see on the show, you can go to the idea informer at that link I just put in the chat, and you can tell us, and then we'll know. And
or you could just tell us while we're on the show, and
you can also
put it on the spreadsheet.
Some of show ideas is somebody in the chat going, "Hey, can you do?" And we it's on next week. We're doing it, So, because what we do is we like to try to do ideas from the audience, and then if we don't come up with anything, I just put a generic Fantasy Grounds Forge product showcase or Fantasy Grounds DMs product showcase, and then we just look at something. But if you guys have ideas or people that you want to see or whatever, then we'll try and make it happen.
Hell yeah.
All right, so good. And again, we want Fury Fate to get better. She had an outpatient procedure that she's recovering from, and she's doing fine, but she just was a little tired today. So we hope she's doing well.
We love you, Fury
We love you. All right. Very good. Then on behalf of Robin and behalf of Drake and behalf of myself, good gaming, everyone.